Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna give a brief information about Adlerian theory. I apologize for my voice first of all. I got a cold. I hope I can complete the presentation. Let's get started. Adlerian theory and the history of theory. Alfred Adler is best known as founder of the Adlerian approach, which is also known as individual psychology. He was born in Vienna. He was a sickly child and a difficult relationship with his younger brother. Against his parents' and teachers' expectation, he rose to the top of his class and went to study medicine at the University of Vienna, later specializing in neurology and psychiatry. Adler's book Understanding Human Nature was a bestseller. He wrote, spoke, and demonstrated his work in Europe and the United States until his death in 1937. Alfred was a colleague of Sigmund Freud and, along with Carl Jung, developed the school of psychodynamic thoughts. He disagreed with Freud's extreme emphasis on biological and deterministic views towards humans. Adler proposed a more optimistic, hopeful, and positive theory on human development, stressing on man's subjective feelings and social interest. He focused on the unity of personality, believing that humans can only be understood when viewed as complete beings. Humans develop a unique lifestyle that's created by them. They have created their own personality and therefore can choose to change. Clients are encouraged to value their strengths and to acknowledge that they are equal members of society who can make a worldwide contribution to it. After Adler's death, Rudolf Dreikurs was the most significant figure bringing Adlerian psychology to America, applying its principles to education, individual, group, and family therapy. And let me talk about theoretical beliefs. Alfred Adler stressed the need to understand individuals within their social context. During early 19th, Adler began addressing such crucial and contemporary issues as equality, parent education, the influence of birth order, lifestyle, and the holism of individuals. Adler believed that we all have one basic desire and goal to belong and to feel significant. Adler developed the first holistic theory of personality, psychopathology, and psychotherapy that was intimately connected to a humanistic philosophy of living. His lectures and books for the general public are characterized by a crystal clear common sense. His clinical books and journal articles reveal an uncommon understanding of mental disorders, a deep insight into the art of healing, and a great inspiration for encouraging optimal human development. According to Adler, when we feel encouraged, we feel capable and appreciate and will generally act in a connected and cooperative way. When we are discouraged, we may act in unhealthy ways by competing, withdrawing, or giving up. It is in finding ways of expression and accepting encouragement, respect, and social interest that help us feel fulfilled and optimistic. Adlerian theory and practice have proven especially productive as applied to the growth and development of children. Adlerians believe that a misbehaving child is a discarded child, and that helping children to feel valued, significant, and competent is often the most effective strategy in coping with difficult child behaviors. Adlerian psychology focuses on people's efforts to compensate for their self-perceived inferiority to others. These feelings of inferiority may derive from one's position in the family constellation, particularly if early experiences of humiliation occurred, a specific physical condition or defect exists, or a general lack of social feeling for others was present. Adlerians are concerned with understanding the unique and private beliefs and strategies one's lifestyle that each individual creates in childhood. Its cognitive schema and lifestyle serve as the individual's reference for attitudes, behaviors, and one's private view of self, others, and the world. It is when we have looked at our early life experience, examined the patterns of behavior that repeat themselves in our lives, and the methods by which we go about trying to gain significance and belonging that healing, growth, and change occur. Okay, now let me talk about techniques and practice. And following techniques can be used. Most commonly used are establishing rapport, defining style of life, and helping the client to gain insight. While Adlerians may borrow many techniques from other theories, specific theories used to encourage change are. Confrontation consists of challenging the client's private logic and behavior. Asking the question consists of asking the client how their life would be different if they were well. The question often asked to parents is what would be the problem if this child were not the problem? Encouragement consists of the counselor supporting the client by stating the belief in the client's ability to take responsibility and change behavior. Acting as if consists of instructing the client to behave as if there were no problem or as the person that the client would like to be. Splitting the client's soup means that the counselor points out the purpose of the client's behavior. Afterward, the client may continue the behavior but cannot do so without being aware of their motivation for engaging in the behavior. Catching oneself consists of helping the client learn to bring destructive behavior into awareness and stop it. Task setting consists of helping the client set short term goals leading toward the attainment of long term goals. And the strengths and the weakness of this theory. First of all, strengths of this theory. The greatest strength of the Adlerian therapy style is its focus on a holistic return to community. By keeping healthy reorientation into society as a goal for personal and individual improvement, Adlerian theory allows for a realistic approach to therapy. It's not performed in a vacuum, assuming the person will only deal with themselves after therapy. It maintains a strong focus on how the individuals receiving therapy can alter their perceptions and grow their personal strengths to better fit into their own communities. It is this desire to support the individual's innate sense of belonging that is its main strength. Another important strength of this therapy is its use of encouragement and empowerment. The individual is empowered through positive encouragement to become a successful member of his or her community. The idea is that in changing the way one looks at the response to the community, one can become a part of that same community and fulfill a deep-seated need to belong. And Ethereum therapy is flexible. It highlights feelings on anxiety and inferiority, which can be explored through many different styles of therapy, such as play, art, and talk therapies. It can also be used in group and couples therapy scenarios. This in turn makes Adlerian therapy appropriate for any age group. Its goals are sustainable in that they encourage insight and personal growth even after therapy is finished. This promotes confidence and self-worth, which leads a person to interact naturally in society and build interactive, healthy relationship within his or her own community. Okay, let's talk about weakness of this theory. While it's a strong form of therapy, Adlerian therapy does have its limitations. One such limitation is the emphasis on early childhood memories and events. If a person is resistant to exploring these memories, Adlerian therapy cannot be successful. Additionally, Adlerian therapy can require an extensive amount of time to build a trusting relationship, then delve into a person's childhood memories before beginning to dissect personal perspectives, beliefs, and behaviors in order to achieve insight and reorient oneself into society. If a person is looking for a quick fix, Adlerian therapy may not be the best option. Okay, how will you use this theory to work with students in a group setting? First of all, I don't like to be in a position of authority, but at the same time, I see poor person-centered approach to unstructured. I agree that being in the authoritarian role undermines the relationship and the personality of the client. On the other hand, just reflecting and encouraging without giving any comments, suggesting alternatives will not help most of the people who are in need of help. I see Adrian approach as balanced, equal partners, and healthy and sustainable way of therapy, among other approaches. In my career classes, I plan to start with icebreakers that help establish relationships as members learn about each other and hear each other's problems in a safe environment where confidentiality is kept. They realize that they are not the only ones that struggle with the same problems. In the second stage, they start to collect data about themselves, careers, and also about each other. At this step, I wear my teacher hat and make the data more accessible, digestible in a way that help them organize and help them organize the data and see the big picture. Next stage is the insight stage. Time to dive into the real data. At this stage, they learn about themselves, real world, and opportunities and what needs to be done to get there. After this step, we get to the reorientation stage where students are encouraged to redefine themselves and act as if they have already arrived to their goals and understand what it takes to reach that goal. After this last step, looking back and sharing their journey help each member see how much progress they have made. I feel lucky for taking this course and learning at Lean approach. I know that as I learn more about other approaches, I will combine and form my way of counseling. But until then, I would like to dive deeper and be a good practitioner of a Lean approach in my career counseling classes. Thanks for watching.